Welcome back, guys, to some Camp Geek Squad. I hope you enjoyed my first video, and yes, in this video I'm actually talking. Now, for those of you who are wondering, this is going to be a video about Percy Jackson, an absolute favourite book series of mine. I'm actually in the middle of reading the last book of the Heroes of Olympus. So yeah, it's all fresh in my mind. And while Annabeth and Percy are my favourite characters, and they're the best couple, I'm just going to say that, and the Percy Jackson books are better than the Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings books. Fight me over it, it's just a fact. Today we're going to be talking about Annabeth and Luke. Just saying, spoilers ahead in case you haven't read the books, but if you haven't, then you should really go read them before watching this video. Now, to find out why Annabeth was so caught up on saving Luke despite every bad thing he's done in the book series, we're going to have to go back to when Annabeth was a 7-year-old girl, and even before. Now, we learn in the first few books that Annabeth ran away from home when she was 7 years old because her dad was never there. Her stepmom apparently didn't like her at all, neither did her stepbrothers. In the Mark of Athena, we find out that when she's 7 years old, every night, spiders all come from the shadows towards her. She screams, her stepmother comes in, there are no more spiders. She's screaming for her father, but her father's at work, so her stepmother comes in and doesn't believe her. And every night she'll get bit by these spiders. She'll wake up in the morning covered in bites and cobwebs. By the time she's leaving her room after getting ready, they're all gone. But obviously every child of Athena is terrified of spiders. To put that into context, Annabeth was terrified, absolutely mortified of spiders, right? So put yourself in her shoes. You're 7 years old. Every night your biggest fear comes in masses to bite you and stuff. Your stepmother doesn't believe you. Your father's never there. You don't get on with your two stepbrothers, and of course on top of that you've got monsters and terrible dreams. So you run away from home. You've got nothing. You've got nobody. Your real mum, you've never met her. She's completely gone, right? And you're running away. There's obviously monsters. You've got nothing to defend yourself, and you bump into two older people from the ages of, I'm assuming, 10 to 14. I can't fully remember. And they protect you. Now, the oldest, Luke, is very protected of you and treats you like family, like a real family. So for the first time in your life, you feel wanted. Plus, you have a strapping older hero, who's dashing, killing the monsters, saving you, making sure you're fed, making sure you're safe. And then after making sure you're safe for a long period of time and being very thorough and feeding you when you had nothing and giving you a family, giving you something, taking you to camp where you'll be protected and still helping you and being all happy and amazing and rising through the ranks quickly to make sure he can look after you after one of your friends was just turned into a tree. And yeah, he went on a few quests here and there, but still acting all nice towards you. That was a larger part of her life. He was a larger part of her life, like a longer part than the series from Lightning Thief to The Last Olympian, because that was 4 years from when Percy was 12 to when he was 16. But from 5 until 12, which was just her and Luke and Talia, was a longer period of time. Therefore, she was a huge part of his life. She was even a big part for when she was 12 as well, up until she almost killed Percy. And then he poisoned the tree, and then he kept manipulating with her, and it was only at the end she realised that he was a manipulative person. But then Percy realised, and her realised at the end, that Luke was still in there, and Luke was corrupted by Kronos and stuff. So it turns out if it wasn't for her still feeling like this for Luke, despite how much it pissed us all off, there would be no more books. Kronos would have had complete control over Luke and killed all of them. So the reason why is because she went from having nothing, literally nothing, and running away and being alone at 7 years, scared alone, to having someone who would be there, someone who would protect her, someone who would be nice to her, someone who would even protect her without her knowing from some of the harshest stuffs of the world and make sure she's safe. It was a literal hero, you know, her literal hero. And it wasn't like he asked for thanks, he just did it over and over and over again, and even when they got to camp, he made sure she was okay and safe. So that is why she liked Luke so much and refused to admit that he'd turned fully bad.